Hello guys, good morning. Like we talked about yesterday, that today we're going to be practically showing you how to siphon. I think this video is going to be a continuation of the previous one, which was how to take care of your newly hatched crabs in the hatchery, your newly hatched catfish in the hatchery, how to take care of them. And one of the exercises you're going to be doing, especially when you start feeding them, day-to-day routine that you'll be doing, one of them is siphoning. And siphoning is basically you taking the dirt away from under the pond, right? Siphoning is taking the dirt away from under the pond, leaving the fish alone in the pond, because the dirt can easily pollute the water and it will make the environment not so likely for your fish. So you definitely have to find a way to getting this dirt away, leaving just your fish alone in the water, right? Normally, there is no way you can siphon completely without having to pick one or two fish, but you try your best to avoid some of these fish, right? You try your best to avoid some of the fish and just pick the dirt alone. But there's no way you can completely avoid the fish. Some of them are still going to passing through the siphoning hole down to your dirty water where you're siphoning to. So what you do after siphoning is that you still like get the remnant dirt in what you have just siphoned and leave the fish, then return back that same fish. Then after you have returned back the fish, you will now do what we call salt bait for them, because you must have stressed them, and you and I know that catfish does not like stress at all. Any little stress they can drop. So you do a salt bait for either your returning pond, or if it's been long you did salt bait. I think you can do salt bait every 3 days in the factory. And if it's within that time frame, make sure you do salt bait for that pond that you're returning the siphon fish back to, because they are already stressed and you don't want them to go. You do salt bait for them and they will be okay. They will be fine. After siphoning, this is what you have. Come on, see this. This is what you have. Definitely there are going to be a lot of dirt under the rubber, and you can see your siphon fish. You can't do without having to pick any of them at all. So what you do now, they are little, you just simply siphon the dirt under away and return this ready fish back inside the pond, right? Take the dirt under away. I think we'll be showing that as well practically just now. When you take it away, then you return the remaining fish back inside the pond. Then you do salt bait for them and you are done.
That's it. I've finished siphoning from inside the pond. So you first tear the dirt and turn it around like this, so that the dirt will be able to settle down under the bag, and it will be easier for you to pick it up and return the fish back into the pond. So you leave it like this for some while to settle. So when it settles, then you siphon the fish back. You siphon the dirt out of the bag and you return the fish into the pond. So you can repeat this process like 2 times or 3 times if the fish are still remaining inside the water. So you can repeat the process like 2 to 3 times. Then, well, as much as you need to remove most of your fish out back into the pot. So allow this one to settle first, then we'll take the fish out.
So when you successfully siphon this dirt under the water away, then your remaining fish, you can then gently return that back into your pond, and that will like complete the whole siphoning process, the whole thing you need to do on siphoning. When you adhere to these principles, you can be sure of hatching professionally without having to, and taking care of your fish, handling them professionally without having to lose them. Because a major problem for many producers is that they can't take care of their newly hatched catfish.
You can return the fish to the water, but this one is kind of dirty, it's very cloudy, so you just sieve out the fish from the water and return it back into the pond. But you do it gently, not to stretch.
So guys, we are done with the siphoning, and the next thing is salt bait. You know, I said you're going to do salt bait for it. Very importantly, because after siphoning, you must have stressed some of these fish. So you need to do salt bait for it. To salt is like an anti-stress for them, right? An anti-stress. It helps them recover on time from stress. So the returning pond, you're supposed to definitely do salt bait for them. And if you want, you can. Okay, let me tell you, you can do salt bait once in every 3 days. But if let's say we did salt bait for all of them yesterday, then the just returning pond where you return your siphon fish to, right? You can do just salt bait for that one particular pond. And of course, by now I know the level that my water is supposed to be for my salt bait, so I don't have to actually measure before I know what to do. So this quantity of salt is enough for me for the level at which my water is right now. The formula you can use 100 grams of salt to 50 liters, right? 100 grams of salt to 50 liters. You can see how small this salt is, right? So you're just going to mix this on your tongue. So you mix appropriately. You can see the salt is completely dissolved, right? Don't let it dissolve. You know they are still very little and small. So allow your salt to be well dissolved before you pour the water into it. You can see it's completely dissolved, right? And there is no salt actually showing again in this water. So this is what you like give to them with that same formula I gave to you. So when it's dissolved like this, then you can pour it into that particular returning pond to reduce their stress. So guys, after mixing, then you just introduce this salt water into your pond. Just gently give it to them. Make sure you don't pour raw salt, right? For the growers, you can pour raw salt, but this one, at least they can withstand it a little bit. So don't pour raw salt to this newly hatched crab. Just mix it before giving it to them. You can give it to them slowly. All these mixtures you can give to just one particular pond, but they were not that stressed, so I can decide to just share it across for them. Also pour it gently in order not to injure them. And you are done, guys. You are done. So after doing this, you clean this particular stream. You can see with this outlet, you clean it thoroughly. You clean this. My own is cleaned already, but if it is dirty, just clean it so that water can easily flow. Then you run flow through. So you can just, after pouring the salt, you can keep running your flow through and your good. But if you're not running flow through, after pouring the salt, you allow them to stay for like 30 minutes. You empty the water completely and bring in new water, right? But if you're running flow through like I'm doing, you can just pour the salt. Make sure this is clean and your flow through is running. You can see water running out from this flow through and new water coming in. So when you're done with this, you're good, guys. And adhering to some of these practices will ensure that you're not losing your newly hatched catfish and you eventually remain profitable in your catfish business. Thank you, guys, and see you another day.